And you've been releasing a couple of singles out right now, and I understand you're actually working on an EP. So, can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, right now I'm working on a project called the Hopeless Romantic EP, and I've put out a couple singles so far since last year, September, down till now. Hopeless Romantic, the Hopeless Romantic remix featuring Stylo G, Who Knew, and right now again is out. So I'm in a good place.
Yeah.
My mind is good, music is good. I'm happy.
I think in 2016 that was your last album with the Black Couch Volume 1. So, what kind of inspired you to start writing new music all of a sudden?
Well, yes, the last LP I put out was Black Couch, was the Black Couch Volume One. But since then, I have actually put out another project called the Illusions EP with
Mhm.
Lyric. Lyric produced the majority, a lot of the Burner Boy new album. So he's like family to me. So we put out a joint collective EP in 2018. And since then, I put out a couple singles on my own. For instance, Shaken, and literally, I've just been in a space whereby it's a new world. There are new potentialities, and with that comes um, just pure potential. And I want to create from a place of calm, of me knowing that yes, the intent going into writing and making these songs is to touch people's hearts,
Mhm.
raise people's vibrations, raise people's frequencies. So that's pretty much where I'm at the moment.
So, and you actually have a couple of visuals out right now. So, did you have a behind the scenes role in producing those videos?
Of course, I'm always very, very, very hands-on with my visuals in terms of, creating mood boards, um, just syncing with the directors to make sure that we are on the same page and we are, what in one mind and in one alignment with the product we're trying to showcase to the world. So I'm very, very hands-on, angles, be it, everything. I'm there. I want to learn. I want to grow.
So, I actually want to talk about some previous music that you had before your solo project, because you actually were part of a boy group called L.O.S, which, from what I
Oh yeah.
understand, is called Loud on Sound. So, how
Yes,
did that
sir.
band form together?
That was the genesis of, you know, most of the new school music you're hearing out of Nigeria today. And LOS was family from Adeni Jones. LOS is family. I'm literally with one of my brothers right now in the studio rehearsing.
Okay.
We still make music together, but that's the foundation. We got together in high school and we're like, yo, we're talented kids. Let's make some music. And we got in the studio, we paid for our first few sessions and we just got in the lab and made some amazing music and we put it out to our audience here in Nigeria at that point in time. Back then, 2010, we were the pioneers of, the new school movement, and it made a huge impact in Nigeria and in the Nigerian music scene. So I'm proud to be an LOS member for life, LOS all day.
So, what made you want to start focusing more on your solo project?
Just growth as an artist, growth as a being, and wanting to do better for myself. And it was just like, yo, what am I good at? How can I channel what I'm good at into creating a life for myself and my family? And this is what I do. This is how I support my family. This is how I eat. So it's what I love.
Well, I want to talk a little bit about outside of music because you kind of had something else outside of doing music full time, and you actually have or you're involved with the restaurant business. So, what made you want to get involved with in that field?
I love cooking. I've always been cooking since I was at a very young age. My mom used to make sure, like, if she's cooking, that I'm in the kitchen, and I'm learning. I was observing for, from when I was like 7 upwards. But when I got to about 12, I really started chefing off on my own, and I just took it out, just put the passion in it. Learned a lot of recipes, did a lot of research online. What peppers are too hot, what peppers aren't too hot. You know what I mean? And just mix it together and serve the family, and as long as the family enjoys the meals, that's what it is. So I just wanted to share my meals with the world, with Nigeria, with people who I love and who I care for. And I just started a restaurant. This was in 2017, and yeah, everything it's been a beautiful experience so far.
So, what's the name of the restaurant?
Meshai Orient.
So, what's the meaning behind that title?
So in Nigeria, there's something called the Meshai, and the Meshai are basically like street food vendors. They make like street noodles, and so the Meshai Orient is the Orient comes in from the Oriental side of the world. You know, the Eastern Asians, and they have the Oriental style of cooking foods. So basically, what I did is I fused my recipes, which are often European, Western slash Eastern, and I still have my roots in Nigeria, which is spicy, hot flavor. You know what I mean? So I
Okay.
mixed all of those together, and then I came up with the name the Meshai Orient, which is to reorientate the Meshai who make Nigerian street food to make food accessible, good food, quality food, accessible to the average Nigerians for an affordable fee. That's the dream and the goal of Meshai Orient.
So, do you primarily work on the back of the house of the restaurant, or do you kind of do both ends?
I, of course, when I do get my hands dirty, I do cook up, you know, the meals for the when I have the time to actually be in that space. But I definitely do have whole, you know, team staff who cater to our guests and our clients, and yeah, I'm happy with that. But I am very hands on, of course. You have to make sure all the food tastes right.
Yeah. And I understand that you actually studied a little of some culinary arts when you were in Dubai. Is that correct?
I mean, there were a bunch of chefs in which I looked up to, and over time, I went to their houses. You know, we made food together. One of those be Dobra Brisby, who is one of my older brothers. He taught me a bunch of things I would never forget. He's the one that really made me start cooking with mushrooms. At first, I didn't like mushrooms; I couldn't stand them. But he was like,
Okay.
"Tomi, mushrooms are good." He also taught me how to cook coke chicken.
Poke
He used to cook
chicken?
coke chicken for me, and I learned a lot from him. Coke chicken, bro, it's amazing. Believe me, I'm telling you, it's crazy, but it's amazing. And there are a bunch of other chefs I met in Dubai that really just upped my ante and upped my game. And I'm blessed to just have come into contact with those beings.
I gotta go back to that Coke chicken comment because I'm just picturing you put some raw chicken and boil it into Coke. Am I
No,
that
okay.
close?
So let me. So basically, you marinate the chicken in a mix of
Ah,
soy sauce, Coca Cola, chili flake
ah,
peppers, garlic, bell ginger, some turmeric, some curry, and
oh,
you leave that sit for maybe 4 to 6 hours. And it depends on what style you want to go for. You want to grill it, you want to put it in the microwave oven, or you want to grill it on an actual grill, you want to boil it, fry it. It all depends on what style you're gonna make. But I love to slow cook my chicken for about 2 hours, make sure it's tender, falls off the bone, cooked chicken,
oh yeah.
period.
So where do you see the restaurant going in 5 or 10 years?
Really for me, it's more about I have a goal, which is to serve a million meals, and these million meals, it's not about the money. It's about feeding the community, and to say I have a company or a body who believes in feeding those who need food and who will do it out of love and who are providing the service. You know, at the end of the day, humanity, we're here to serve ourselves. So just spread love and spread food, you know? So it's just about increasing the capacity of the business and as well just making sure it affects and impacts the community in a positive way over the next 5 years, of course.
You didn't mention it, but I was curious to know because you were talking about like all these recipes, but I understand you actually have your own special sauce. So what is that?
I have a few sauces that I love to cook for those I love. One is called the spicy bustide sauce. Now, the spicy bustide sauce is very, very hot, spicy pepper sauce mixed with spring onions, mushroom. It has a protein base, either bacon, chicken breast, beef, or of course we have the vegetarian options as well, which have no what's it called, protein in there. But yeah, it's just a mix of great spicy flavors that come together and make you just enjoy your life.
Well, I'm a big foodie myself. So are there any like really great Nigerian dishes that you can recommend to me if I ever visit Nigeria?
Oh yeah, I would definitely advise you to try. starch and banga soup,
Okay.
because that is my favorite cultural food. And it's another thing you need to try is the jollof rice, afang soup. Like, bro, don't even play. You feel me? When you come, I can't, like, if you're coming to Nigeria, let me know, please. So I can make sure I hook you up.